Right, so in today's video I'm going to be doing something about the actual space in front of the retaining wall. So if you just have a little nosy along the wall now, you can tell it looks absolutely horrendous. It's a little bit like, the only comparison I can sort of make is like Chernobyl. It looks derelict, like it's been left for years, and overall, it just looks like it's in a bit of a mess. Now, the right intentions were there when we did this originally, when we did the initial garden renovation, and the idea was we put a little bit of soil down, and that was meant to act sort of as a bit of a flower bed. So the first year, we had flowers into the actual soil, and because the soil isn't really that deep, you can see on like the previous video when I actually put the lawn edging in place, the plants just never really took to it really. So then last year we decided, we're going on with some pots, just buy some cheapo ones just to see how they would look. And to be fair, the plants looked really good last year, and we were buzzing with how the front part of the retaining wall was looking. So we decided recently what we're going to do is we're going to dig out all of this soil, we're going to get some nice stone down, and we're going to get some more aesthetically pleasing pots to go at the front of this retaining wall, because a couple of years of trial and error have sort of given us the answers as to what we need to do. Another thing as well is running directly below where all these flower pots are is actually a French drain, and there's a video on my channel showing you how I installed that. So it effectively runs all the way down here and down to the front of the garden, just to take any of the moisture away from obviously this top tier when it soaks through and goes down to the bottom of the retaining wall. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to dig all the soil out from in front of the wall. I'm going to replace it with some drainage stone. I'm going to put some membrane over the top, and then I'll get some nice decorative Cotswold stone run along the top of that so it fits in with the rest of the aesthetic of the garden. So you can see now, all the way down here, we've just got the stones. I've pulled there's like a layer of stones here which I've dragged forwards so that it just covers the base of this. It's got mud in and amongst it, but it's not a whole lot of dirt, to be honest. It's only little bits that obviously been left behind by the soil that I've taken off there, so it's not too bad. But patches like this, as much as that looks like clay, you can see it's what's called the landscaping fabric there, and below that landscaping fabric is another layer of stones, and the French drain is just below that. And there's for some reason, a rubber from a pencil. Do you know what? Let's leave that down there. When I'm dead and buried, someone's going to find it and be like, oh, little relic. Get the metal detector going off. So I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side now. I'm anticipating more of the actual soil's going to come off because it's a lot deeper here, because with the way the French drain works, it's obviously on an angle going all the way down to this end. So yeah, let's get to it. So what I've decided to do is, instead of buying loads of stones to fill this trench here, what I'm first going to do is I'm going to take the stones from the top tier of the retaining wall. I'm going to put them down at the bottom, and then I'm going to overfill that then with the stones that I am going to buy from the garden centre. Now the reason I'm doing that is, you can see here, you know, there's quite a bit of depth there that I'm going to have to fill with stones, and we've decided that the stones that are around these bushes here, as nice as what they look during the summer, I just don't think they're the best thing for the plants. So you can see on this side, you know, most of the hedges looking really good. This one's looking a bit worse for wear. That's because the dog often wheezes on this one, often walks across halfway. That's like his favourite plant to wee on. So the nitrogen has just sort of had its way with this shrub. But on the other side, you can see it just looks absolutely horrendous. I mean, the odd one is looking okay, but I mean, this one over here is completely and utterly dead. Again, from the dog's wee, but I think also as well it's through the shade it's getting. I mean, this one's doing okay, but the dog very rarely wheezes on this one or the one at the end. So what we're going to do is we're going to get all these stones, we're going to get them off, and then what we'll do going forward is we're just going to be topping this up with compost, just so, you know, it gives those plants the nutrients they need then to, you know, thrive and survive over the next few years. You can just see how much it's sunk since we actually first did this a couple of years ago, or like a year and a half ago. The stones used to sit right at the top, and he's dropped around about 50 mil, 60 mil, which is quite a dramatic difference. Right, there we go. We've got the stones off of this side. Now, there's still a few down at the bottom, but I think once I take the landscape fabric off, it's not going to be too bad. It's looking decent at the bottom already. I think if I just come over to the side of the garden now, you can see it's going to look so much better. I mean, it just lightens up the bottom part of the garden. We can get some pots on there, not these black ones, possibly not. We can get some pots on there, get some plants in there, looking, you know, quite nice. I think from the bottom here, you can just see really does now brighten up the garden. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to take the landscaping fabric off of this first, get the rest of the stones moved, and then we'll look at getting some new stone just to crisp it up ever so slightly. And there we go, the project is complete. So you can see now we've got the Cotswold stone running down the entire perimeter of the wall, and it just looks so much better than it did with the actual soil and the pots and things on. And what's going to be quite good now as well is that whenever we get any weeds that come through, we'll be able to just get some weed killer on them, kill them off, and we won't need to worry about any of the plants that are actually buried down in there, because we've got all this stone and below it we've got the French drain. So it's going to be better for drainage, it's going to be better for maintenance, and overall, if I just step back for a second, the garden just looks so much brighter and better with them. Now, I'll be honest with you, they are a bit bright at the moment because they are quite dusty, the Cotswold stones, when they come out, but over time they are going to sort of change colour slightly. They'll be a bit more muted, a bit more like what we've got down here. I mean, granted, these are a bit obviously wet at the moment, so they look a little bit darker, but they will darken a little bit more, but at the moment it looks so much better. And you can see now we've removed the landscaping fabric from around these bushes. What I will be doing in the next video, or in a few videos time, is I'm going to be aerating this soil, because this is quite thick, stodgy clay soil. So I'm going to be aerating this, incorporating more sand, more organic matter down into that soil layer, and I'll be doing something about them, don't you worry about that. But these ones in particular, we're going to be putting some compost down, giving them a much better and healthier place to actually thrive. So thanks for watching today's video, only a short one, just to show you how we've simply improved the space in the garden. I think sometimes when you see a few other YouTube channels that, you know, they often have the right answer first time, and with this channel, obviously it's called Novice Gardener, not every single thing I'm going to do is going to be perfect to begin with, but hopefully by watching these videos you can learn from my mistakes and, you know, decide on what you prefer in a garden. Maybe you would prefer to have a flower bed at the front of your retaining wall, or maybe you got them for stones like I have now and you're going to put pots on them just so you've got more control over the flowers and things that you have. But yeah, if you did enjoy the video or you found it useful, feel free to give it a like, and if you'd like to check out any of my other videos, such as my garden renovation series where I built a retaining wall, put a patio down, I established lots of different lawns, then head over to my channel, check out those videos, and if you like what you see, feel free to subscribe. And I have lots of lawn care videos coming up soon to improve lawns like this and the one up at the top too. So yeah, finally, thanks for watching.